Hear me, hear me. The Honorable Vladimir Putin.
Amanda Scott would do. I'd rather be me.
We haven't used the talking stick in a while.
I don't
Thank
need it for
God.
that.
Stupid.
No.
The talking bees laugh, but not mine.
You have to hold the talking RP.
So the number one thing that not number one, but the first thing that we're going to discuss, or not even discuss, just to make you guys aware that our friend Red decided to go out on his own and still contribute through doing his daily chores, his daily activities, and deciding whether or not he's going to invest in specific businesses. Right, Red?
Correct.
So he is no longer a part of us.
Now, wait a minute. That's not the way it was. It's financially.
Financially
right.
separate.
Right. I
And-
decide what I do with my portion of the money.
And being
still-
financially separate from the group is a big disconnect. And as a group,
I still pay my portion of the bills, the utilities, the infrastructure. I pay my own thing, but say if there's a business investment, I can either choose to back it, and which I do, then I get a portion. If I don't, then I don't. It could be an error either way. I could back a business idea or investment, and if it fails, I lose. If I don't back...
To let you in or not.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean,
Well,
if you have the choice to come in or not, we have the choice to let you in or not.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, does that
Then I
sound
can,
fair?
then if that's the
I mean, that
case,
is
then
fair.
then I can choose to whether let the group in on what I invest or not, or what I make or not. If that's what it's going to be, then.
I mean, that sounds.
okay,
That's the way
so
you
the
have it.
bottom
But at
line
the end of
is,
the day, the issue is the food got majorly screwed up. I got sick again for the second time, and it's not fair. And I should have a right to make sure my health is taken care of.
I watch you eat white bread all day.
I ate one piece of white bread today, split it in half. 3 of the last 4 meals was bread. I had issues breaking out, and my stomach was bloated. I even showed a doc, and those are complete issues. I can have a little bit of gluten, like my wife said while she was here, but I cannot have.
I don't, as a doctor and knowing that you have
You
celiac
reckon-
disease, I would say
I'm-
zero bread, zero
Maybe
gluten.
it's not complete celiac. There's gluten intolerance and allergies, but which is different than
You have
gluten.
intolerance.
There's a difference between celiacs and gluten
You have
allergies.
celiac. Look at your arms.
Well,
I'm just saying, I think that you all gluten stay away from. That's what I told
now
you.
for 3 years
People
I
see
had
you
to stay
eating
away
white
from all
bread,
gluten.
They think you're telling a
okay,
fib.
so, but the bottom line is Red, he's financially separate from us. And so and part of him being separate, please do not eat his food, and he is not going to eat our food because we spent money on food, and he's spending his own money on his food. Does everybody understand that?
Sounds good.
Yes.
So the money we make.
1 second, Bella. One second, Bella.
Well, I believe that I did my part. I believe at least 1 out of the 15 people that come in here was here to see me, which some of the people that came to see me did buy jewelry and so forth. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I do my part. I pull my weight, but I shouldn't be forced to eat gluten at the end of the day, and which was done. That is not only wrong, but that's cruel. I mean, you all seen the ambulance come for me. I'm not doing it again.
Okay.
Period.
We're moving past that because what's
Well,
done
people
is
trying
done.
to lay blame here, but actually,
There's no
the
blame. You chose to take the money, and that's it. Kristen, you have a question?
And it's not just for red. I'm just curious how this process works. Like, how does it work for like laundry soap and like toilet paper and like stuff that the community is
If the
buying with
community
our
buys it,
money?
and I put in on it, then fair.
Okay.
But if the community buys it and I don't put in on it, then I'm not going to use it. I'm not the one that stole anything from anybody. If everybody remember, I'm the one that's been stole from on more than one occasion. I'm not here to steal from anybody. Never have been. I'm not a thief. I don't discriminate. I fairly give and has given to just about everybody sitting here, free-heartedly. But I should have the right not to be caused to be sick and ill.
And now you do. So.
And now I do. So,
Okay,
you know,
so moving along, does everybody understand that?
Yep.
Okay, I need a yes or a hand raise.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so when this situation turns, or if it happens to turn in a different direction, you guys right now are agreeing that you understand what Red is saying. And I hear what you're saying,
There's
and you
many
hear what we're saying.
pioneers.
And one of the things that Rob mentioned just now was that we can choose to let or not let you be involved
then
in.
if that's the case, then I should have the right to choose whether to invest in future infrastructure.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
forth.
Whoa.
No,
Like
now
what
that's
kind of infrastructure?
that's just straight fair. If you're going to deny me the ability to.
Because we're talking about investing, and we're talking about
I'm
group.
just- or not let you be involved
Then
in.
if that's the case, then I should have the right to choose whether to invest in future infrastructure.
right.
And so forth.
Whoa.
No,
Like
now
what
that's
kind of infrastructure?
that's just straight fair. If you're going to deny me the ability to.
Because we're talking about investing
We're
group
just talking
money
about business.
for
Just-
business to
just
make money.
business.
Well, I may not want to.
Why should you
Right.
get the choice, but we don't have the choice?
You do have a choice.
No, we don't.
Finish your sentence. Let him finish. He just said he might not want to invest in future infrastructure. If that's the case,
Then I won't use those facilities. If that's the way, if it's going to be that way, both sides have to be
Okay.
equal on that.
Red, that could be a shower. What are you going to do
Right.
if you don't
Well,
invest in a
I
shower?
would be interested in the shower.
Okay.
But who's to say that I would be interested in building a greenhouse over the wintertime?
Then you can't eat
I
the
may not be.
vegetables.
Right. Well, I wouldn't. You see what I'm saying?
Just be
And
smart about
that's
it.
how it goes. Right. That's how it goes. How
But the way it's sounding, then it may need to be a full secession.
I feel like we had this conversation once.
Well, I thought we had it squared away.
We had this conversation already.
okay, so we're going to move along, and whatever.
Well, we'll have to rehash this then,
So basically,
because this wasn't what
As far as numbers go, Red is going to get 1/15 of the profits that we made.
how much does that exactly give Red then?
They gave Red $163.
went ahead and paid the 20% for the
That's
upfront,
after
even though
taxes have been
right,
taken out.
Even though it may not be 20%, but it was make enough to cover it. There's still money to cover all the bills, my portion of the bills, and there's still even money left over in your all's care, even past my 168, to cover future bills as a security to you all. I'm doing everything I can to be security to you all, and I have been as kind to you all as I can be, but I need some security. Worth it. Issues that I may not get well from. Seriously.
Okay, so if Red happens, not saying he will, but if he happens to fall on hard times, it is not our responsibility to allow Red back into the group. And
Never
not
asked
saying anything's going to happen to Red, but after having a long conversation with him, he would do it on his own. Live off the land, do whatever he needs to do to live here in Utopia. Does everybody understand that?
And now say he gets a deer, is that his?
I told you that deer was a gift from me to you all.
A new deer.
A new deer.
Well,
I'm
the
just
old deer was a
curious.
gift to me to you all. That's what fed you all for a week. The first 2 weeks, I fed you all, gift from me to you all. And then you all are going to be upset because I want to take care of myself?
No one's
I'm
upset.
No, I mean, there was some people you're like, well, you know what I'm saying? But just to let you know, that was a gift from me to you all.
Well, thank
This-
you.
this
I
point-
have tags and she has tags, so if it's a deer, I think it would be right to share them with him. He should be able to eat the deer. I mean, does everybody agree with that? Because it's something that we planned on
You only
having.
have 1/15 of that freezer to fill up, so I don't know how you're gonna put a whole deer in there.
I feel like we're ostracizing a member because they have health issues.
That's exactly what's going on.
He chose this, Bella. That's not what. That's
You
the
sure?
part you don't understand.
Okay, all right.
He chose this path.
Right. It was
Yes.
supposed to be just
He chose this.
purchases, is what we
We're
originally
not going
talked
to
about.
rehash this. He chose this, and he's saying he chose it right now.
All right.
He chose this.
Okay.
But are
So
we good on the deer? Because
So-
Yeah.
I would like to,
Yeah.
when I get mine,
Cool.
you know.
Yeah, and I'm going to be bringing in another deer.
I wish
There's
we
no
could
doubt in
hear-
my
I
mind.
wish we could at least hear the other options we gave him so that we don't look like we're
well,
ostracizing a member for having health issues.
you can have
It doesn't
red.
matter if that's what he wants. It's not that we're
this has already
ostracizing
been
him. If it's what he
decided.
wants,
Done.
that's what he wants.
We don't need to rehash
Don't
it.
fight it.
Moving
I
on.
Don't
want to
fight
have
what
the
he already
ability to
wants to have.
purchase my
Moving
own
on.
food.
No one's
Let him
kicking
out.
red
That's
out. No
basically,
one
and
said
then
red
it got
had to leave.
elevated to this
This
level
is
here.
what he chose.
Okay.
Yes, Nikki.
I just want to make sure.
I want to purchase
Dear,
my own food.
that's like him contributing to the community though, and if he's still doing his chores, then why can't he be a part of like the businesses that are also,
Oh, it's a
you know what I
punishment
mean?
is what
Like
it
in
is.
terms of like the weekend.
It's not a
thing.
punishment. If you want to be separate
I
from
wanna buy
everybody,
my
then
own
you gotta
food.
be
Why
separate
is
from
it fair for
everybody.
him to
I wanna
share
buy
his
my own
deer,
food.
but
No,
then
but you can't
cook
pick
my
and
own
choose.
meals.
Nikki, it's
You don't
only-
pick and choose what you want to do within a group. This isn't an individualism society. This is
Right.
one
This is a
group.
socialism.
So when you come
Socialism.
in the group, you're a member of the group, not somebody who wants to work, fend, and fight for themselves. So if you want to separate yourself
Like,
from the group,
like early
you will be a
pioneers
separate person treated
within
as such
forts.
from the group.
They all lived in a similar situation as this,
Okay,
but they
so-
all
We're not
didn't
talking
have to
about
buy-
everything on the
they all got
outside,
to
Red.
buy
We're talking
separate
about in here.
You guys.
We're getting off track here.
If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us now.
The only thing Red will not be a part of would be business ventures that we're investing in. So, if it's, and then that's where his money comes. Money is at hand. That's the only difference.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
But
Red
it
is still.
costs money to get into a business.
We don't have to
venture. You
explain
don't have to
it.
allow
Okay.
me to get in.
But it's only when money.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
I thought it
moving
was-
along.
I like the gate stuff and
Okay.
so forth. And
Okay. So budget. I asked you guys yesterday that every group should have a budget right now. The garden, the barn, the infrastructure. So I need that. So what do you think of every, let's start with the barn. So monthly expenses, what should that be?
Nikki, did you get that? The monthly expenses for the.
Right now,
You were on the computer all
Oh,
day.
one
Did you
second.
get the-
oh no, I
Bella?
was ordering the
Bella?
food. I'm not in charge of the garden. You're in charge of the garden.
Okay, well, I thought you were going to get the information.
1 second, Bella.
Right now, for the barn, we're going through a bag of grain a week, a 70-pound bag of grain a week, a bale of alfalfa and a bale of oat barley. That puts that at $130 a week for $515.96 a month, $6,191 annually.
Okay, how much a month?
$515 a month. That is at 4 pounds of grain for 2 cows twice a day, and then four pounds of grain twice a day
Is this with the calves?
without the calves right now.
So is it potentially going to go up for next month with the calves?
Depending if the vets want to bump the, yeah.
Did
If the
you
vets
average
wanna
in the
dump
vet
them.
costs?
No, this is for food. I'm talking about food right now. We need to call the vet and get a quote on
Let me
vaccines
sit down.
and all that
Jesus
stuff.
help us.
Yeah. Right now, we're at $515 monthly. And I've been saying this since I've got here, that food is going to be about $500 for a cow.
I've never
Everyone has
heard
heard
that.
me say that.
Last number you tossed up was 280.
280 for the amount of food I was feeding them. The amount of food that the vets wanted me to feed them is twice as much as I was doing. It was actually 3 times as much. This morning I just cut the feed, as Hex and Taylor know.
You're right.
This morning I just brought it back down, but we were going at
Can we
600
give it to
something.
somebody on loan and when we leave, bring them back?
Potentially, I think that we could barter them
Loan
that
them
way,
out.
loan them out, and then
Yeah,
have
Okay,
like a
so we're not
system
going
where
to
we-
talk about bartering and things right now, but
yeah,
but
right
that's
now,
the number-
Nikki,
right
Nikki
now
and
we're
Red.
at $515 a month.
Hey, we're having a group discussion.
You guys,
We need to get rid of those cows.
I've been saying this since I've got here. The cows are going to cost about $500 a month to feed, and I cut feed in half. Vets came and told us we need to bump it. They tripled it. I just brought it back down this morning
$515 a month.
at the rate that I'm feeding them. Yes, which is not at their maximum, but slightly in the middle of what they should be
So
having.
that's not even including,
Not the calves.
that's not including the calves, but that's not including anything else. Let's
Nothing
say
else.
a birth, a
No.
visit,
Nothing
a
else.
fly mask,
Nope. Mm-mm.
a water pail, a
Nope.
brush.
Well, nothing we can do about it.
Farrier, dental, they need their teeth floated. I know Honey needs vaccinations. Her calf's gonna need vaccinations. We need to get baby bottles for the newborn cow. And
Baby bottles. Aw.
we're looking about
We'll
another
keep them for 2 weeks and they're
300.
gone.
So you're projecting
That's
about
it.
$800 next month for.
Yeah, potentially.
Bree, you should have went last.
I know, really.
What about the chickens?
Chickens cost nothing to keep.
They cost something. They
Only
eat
cost
something.
like $20 a month.
So did you average that in?
Plus,
We
now
need
that
to
the
know for
chickens are
sure.
foraging,
It's free, the chickens
there's
just
less chicken
With the
feed.
free ranging, I highly doubt it's
can
even
we
$20
all
a month.
collectively walk over to the chicken coop and protest that the cows be kicked out?
You want to
Yeah,
do that?
seriously,
You wanna
yes,
do that?
yes.
Cows are expensive. I mean, they're big animals. They're like
they are
3 of
big.
us.
You guys understand that?
200 pounds.
We try and
We're not there yet.
Okay, well,
So,
We will
let's focus on for the week.
But do you guys understand that the vet's saying you're feeding 6 pounds of grain twice a day for 2 cows?
Maybe
I'm
the
only
vet will
doing
take 'em.
4. This isn't even as much as we should be feeding them. If we the amount that they want us to feed them, we're going about $600 a month. I'm cutting it down to $515.96 because we're fucking broke and this is all we can afford. And this is like not bare minimum, but somewhere in the middle. So it's a happy median.
okay. All right. So, there it is there. Next would be the construction infrastructure.
All right. The next, probably one of our biggest purchases coming up is hot water. I don't know, a shower then hot water. I don't know how many people want to be taking a cold shower in a couple months. Probably going to be pretty cold. So we already priced out the tub and the shower for all the plumbing for that, the valves, supply lines. Everything we need to do to get that going is $209. We know that because we priced all that stuff last time. We purchased everything but that, $209.45. So the future plumbing is the tub and shower, $209.45. It's also going to be we need a shower rod and a curtain. We're just going to have to price it, probably under $100. But it's going to have to be one of those hoop ones that suspends from the ceiling, the rafters, whatever. And then down the line for hot water, we don't have any of the lines run. Ernesto and I were talking, and a standard water heater, 50-gallon, is about $350. I don't know how much of the labor that we're going to be allowed to do. We're going to have to hire the plumber. He is a plumber, and he's in the state of California, so I don't see any reason why he can't do it. It just might be because of the mess that's below us. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't want to get on the phone today and call the plumber and get prices because it was being used. So we have the choice of getting that. It's a 50-gallon water heater with 15 people. That's really not enough. So we think maybe around $350, like maybe $700, somewhere in there for the water heater, all the parts, all the valves, all that stuff run. Then there's a tankless. Tankless is instant hot water, and it burns less gas because you only use it when the gas is only used when it's on, which will probably be all the time here. But it's unlimited hot water, so everybody gets a shower every day. A 50-gallon water heater is probably going to be constantly recycling. It's probably going to be really hard on it. We're going to have like shower days, like break it odd days, girls, even days, guys. I mean, seriously. I mean, with sinks or day and night, something like that. We'll have to figure something else out. But if we get the tankless, The tankless, we think we can get for maybe about 1,200, somewhere 12, maybe with the parts like 1,400, so about double. But it burns less gas, and it's unlimited water, and it's a lot more convenient. So.
Fred, do you have a question?
I believe I may have a possible answer to why. Are you a master plumber?
Yes.
You're a master plumber, then you should be able to do it because it requires a master plumber to put in a water heater. So he should be able to do it.
Okay.
Thanks, Fred.
Masters.
We also need
The
4
journeyman
sheets of
not playing
plywood
a lot.
to cover this up. A lot of cold air is coming in. Hot air is leaving. It's coming right through this wall right here, as I'm sure Bella and Ernesto know. Everybody, you. So that needs to happen pretty soon, and I think these sheets of CDX are probably around, they're $25 to $35. I don't know. I've got to call and price them each. We need 4 of them. I need to call and price them at the hardware store. I'd also like to get some cheap paints, you know, some watercolor, the little craft ones that the kids use. They're like $1.50 for each one. I really want to get these countertops done. We're getting wax. We're getting shit all over the tables.
Or acrylic paints. Watercolor paint won't really hold. You need acrylics.
We're getting water-based paints, Bella.
Are you
water
going
cleanup.
to paint them on?
Okay, that's
paper
that's
towels.
a different discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Nikki,
we need
one
those to do
second,
the
Nikki.
countertops. We have the bags. We've got the Varathane. All we need is the paints, so people can paint. We need a tube of silicone. It's $5 for the bathroom and the sink. The sink in the bathroom and the sink up here. And that's all I got.
Yes, Nikki.
Oh, we are going to,
sorry.
We are going to build some benches. We wanted to do it today, but that didn't
Benches
happen.
for what?
Benches to sit on. So we have the material here. We're going to build benches going down each side, 12 feet long, so everybody can sit on them. I'd like to get a roll of cotton and maybe some material. I know that Ernesto's using that denim, but maybe we can order something cheap, some cheap fabric, and then we can roll down the cotton and then nail the fabric over it so we have some cushion. It's an idea.
Yes.
It's an idea. I don't know what those rolls of cotton cost. When I call the hardware store, I'll price everything. I'll have everything itemized for you. I just didn't want to use the phone today. Everybody was on it.
Okay, and
I know Rob also had some ideas for either sleeping bags or beds. from
Yes.
Super cheap.
We're going to do some research on some Army surplus stuff.
Oh, that'd be great.
Bags that are rated to like 10 degrees for $30, $35
Piece?
for all of them.
For all of them?
For all of them?
For all of them.
They're just used. And,
What about and
Yeah,
Rob?
buy it now.
Sleeping on
He said they're used.
And Rob,
well, they are.
What about the
Soldiers
cots?
been in
They're
there.
military surplus.
Rob, and then
aren't used.
were you thinking
Some
about
of them
looking
are
at
just
cots
like
also?
really
I can't hear you.
cheap and easy. They
Okay.
got to
Yeah.
get rid of them
Okay,
because
let's
they
wait for
reissue
air.
new stuff.
Perfect.
So they're actually really good quality things.
Yeah, they're also tear resistant and waterproof.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is, right now they're in Ohio, and I'm not going to say anything on that, but they're in Ohio, and we can bid on them, we can win them. You have to open an account. It doesn't cost anything. It's completely free. We just need a debit card because basically if we win it, as soon as we win it, it charges it. And they have companies listed that they deal with that will ship them out straight from there.
And I think, Josh, did you talk to me today about possibly looking into the
Yeah,
same
we're looking into
situation
bunk
for-
beds.
Yeah,
so
I
like
found
cots or bunk beds?
I
Cots,
found
something like that.
tons of beds, but they're in like Wisconsin and stuff like that, so that might be a little expensive to get out here.
ship.
So I have to keep watching what's in California here that we can get. I could also look at, there's something called DRMO that recycles military stuff. You know.
Thank you, Rob.
Very cool.
So what
Thanks,
Josh
Rob.
just went over, Nikki,
There was
sorry.
one thing to add. Did we look into solar powered option for heating water?
No.
Okay, so the answer is no.
You're
So
welcome
is
to,
that
though.
something you can look into?
Maybe we should. It'd be very cost effective.
Okay.
Because
seen
so
a
far,
solar-powered
yeah,
one?
$2,100.
I've seen this pool,
Huh?
solar panel pool heating
My apartment
But I don't know
complex
if
I
it could
lived
be
in for the past 4 years has solar.
I've seen houses completely run by solar panels.
The installation for solar panels is
Don't we have solar
really
panels?
There's also like
People who barter.
We have some free.
That's not bartering equipment. We're talking about.
there's also
condo that I was out here.
where the water
They
pumps
got
to
solar panels.
solar
There's
pipes
one
up
for
top.
10 grand.
Yeah, but services, maybe they'll be open some of our services.
Oh, you have such a
never
good mouth,
know.
don't you?
Okay, guys,
Such a
back
fucking peach.
to
So are you.
back to
You are. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I?
Children.
okay. Okay, next. Is there anything else, Josh? So Josh, can you look into solar power, please?
I'd love to.
And Ernesto and Rob.
Monkeys to run around in a cart and that'll
No,
charge
we're
the
serious
water
because
heater.
that what the list you just read off, what was
There were
was
options
pricey.
though. There were
No,
options.
there were
though.
options, but they still were pricey.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
It
sure the
doesn't
solar
cost
one will
anything
be a
to
lot
look into
less.
it.
I'll get that one. That'll be a lot less.
I don't know, but
I'll
thank
look
you.
into it. Yes, yes. I will appease the court and look into it.
This is the stupidest day of my life.
Why do
Can
we
it
need
be
a hot
over?
shower? We
We-
haven't
we-
had
Yeah, I'll just cut a hole in the roof and the sun will shine in and we'll heat the water. That's solar power.
So I'm just saying, let's move forward. Those are just some options. If people have any suggestions on where we should start, or if Josh was way off topic, tomorrow will be the day to speak your mind about the barn, about Josh and being in here, the construction work,
Thank
and
you.
then now Bella.
Oh boy, yeah, the garden. Well, everybody was on the computer and the phone today, so I couldn't get in for even 1 minute. So I'm going to do it first thing tomorrow, as soon as the computer's available.
Bree, did you use a computer
And
to price anything? What did you use to price? You called it pizza, or Josh, what did you use to get
what?
these ideas?
like I said, they were all on the
Ernesto.
phone.
And then the plumber, the first time around, we already had those estimates because that's the only core thing we didn't purchase for the tub, but besides the hot water heater.
Okay, so Bella, you do realize you're slowing us down when you're not prepared, right?
Right. mhm.
Okay.
And I thought Nikki was going to get the pricing, and she didn't.
So did you communicate that?
Wow! You under the bus? She said you were gonna get it. Oh snap!
Thrown
But you know what?
under.
Nikki was on the phone doing other things, and she did a great job. So if it's okay if I just get it done tomorrow.
I
really
mean, there's
couldn't
nothing
get-
else that we can do.
I couldn't get on the phone
But
edgewise the computer, so.
We were using the computer when we were on the dock.
Yeah, I was busy filming them. That was after 5 o'clock, though. We can't have internet. We couldn't have internet
Okay,
after
so
5.
what are the
What's the computer for, though? What are you looking
What-
at?
We've already figured it out. We need some things for a greenhouse and some tools and seeds, and that's it. There's really not much that we need for the garden. It's not as in-depth as all the other stuff.
We have to get for that tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
greenhouse? Oh,
Yeah, if I could use the computer for 10 minutes, that'd be great. And by the time the internet was shut down, everybody was done. So I logistically could not get on the computer. I tried all day, and we were dealing with the other stuff. So
Dealing with Mike and his boat thing.
Okay. Sorry.
Budget for the kitchen area by chance?
Can you say it again?
Is there a budget for the kitchen area by chance?
There, in the kitchen is community money. So if you
No, I
have-
mean a budget for the act, not the food. I mean, like the kitchen, like
Pots and
Oh,
pans.
like pots and
Yeah.
pans and
Oh.
stuff. Because I actually priced some stuff today just to present it to everybody. Because cooking out of cast iron pots and pans it's really hard to keep on doing it. And then I don't have enough things to make like really big filling meals
bigger serving
consistently.
spoons too.
So I was able to find a 8-pot set, but it was on Amazon, and it was $39.99. It's a really good set. I have the same set, and a whisk and a spatula are like two really crucial things.
Does anybody know?
And that spatula was literally like 97 cents or something like that, and the whisk was the same price. So those, to me, are really the only things I need in the kitchen to be able to produce a better quality food for guys to eat, as well as bigger quantities.
Yay.
Yes.
I say yes. I did get our bank account information today, and I can set us up with a PayPal tomorrow. So while we're waiting on the debit card, we could be making purchases like on Amazon via PayPal of that nature.
Okay.
So
we're not making any purchases yet. But
no,
thank
but I
you.
can set it up. I can set it up for us so we can whenever.
Yes, Nikki.
No, I was just saying, is that something we vote on? Like,
Everything that's going to happen next, besides the cows, we have to. That the cows aren't optional, but everything else is, and that's something we're going to vote on. What comes next? Okay. Then the next thing, which we didn't get. And while we're on budgeting or the budget, everyone is familiar with this list, but it seems like a lot of people forgot. And the only person who's not on here is Ernesto. But just to remember, for the majors, the infrastructure is Josh, Rob, and Ernesto. Oh, you just filled your name in. Nice. Okay. And then with the garden, with Josh being the lead over that. With the garden, that's watering, planting, and tilling. That's Bella, Nikki, Mike, Taylor, Dedeker, and Chris. There's 2 areas of the garden. The garden is all one. So there's not Bella's garden and other gardens. The gardens are just one. Does everyone understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing is the animal care. That's myself, Taylor, Hex, Bree, Rob, Red, Kristen, Dedeker, and Bella. Does everyone agree with that?
Chicken.
No. Bella needs to stay out of there.
No, I don't. I let the chickens out and I put the chickens up at
All
night.
right, I'll let you.
So kiss my grits.
Okay, so moving
I'll
on
make
to
you
the
kiss the
kitchen.
chicken.
Yes. Almost.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
get there.
With the kitchen, it's Aaron and Kristen, and there's room for 2 more people. If you feel so strongly about something that's going on in the kitchen, sign up to be in the kitchen. That means cooking breakfast, dinner, cleaning countertop, stovetop, and fridge.
I knew it.
Taylor's gonna sign up, I think.
Thank you, Taylor.
Chris, I'm about to every spot, so.
Okay, next is the minors. Okay, the minors is for AM dishes, it's Kristen and myself. And then for PM dishes, it's Nikki and Rob. For laundry, for minor, is Dedeker and Mike and Ernesto.
Did that happen today? I would need to know.
Yeah, it did.
Yes.
Just check. Oh, it happened. Oh, it happened.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
No, I'm saying.
Wow.
It happened.
What? Okay.
We were there.
Oh, God.
Rob.
We did it.
Throwing me off. Okay, for trash. Trash is myself and Josh.
You're pretty trashy.
Okay, and that's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And sorry, laundry was Monday, which is today, and Thursday.
When did you do laundry
And then
day?
next is bathroom to clean on Friday, and that's Bella and Hex.
And also, can we do that more than just once a week? I'm just gonna do it daily.
Well, it's,
Or every
and
other
Bella
day.
with you, so you can do
what?
it every
Where are we
other
I'll
day.
do it every other day. She can
What are we
just help
doing?
on Fridays, but
Bathroom.
Oh, okay.
because it needs to be done more than just once a week.
It's almost 10
And that's just dumping the trash, making sure that the toilet's clean.
Yeah, I don't mind taking up the trash. I just don't want to use the Clorox to clean the stuff. That's the thing.
Give me the bathroom.
No, you guys, bathroom's not hard. I'll do it by myself. It took Amanda. It took me 5 minutes today. You saw it. 5
Do it
minutes.
every other
I'm
day.
gonna throw up.
I'll do it.
I
got
enjoy it. I like it.
Because I'm AMPM Barn.
Okay. So, moving on, next is the indoor cleanup. That's daily sweeping floors, sweeping the front porch, the back porch, clearing the table, and trash pickup around here. So if you find little things on the countertops or around, that's one thing. That's Bella, Aaron, and Bree. Is that okay with you guys? You signed up for it.
I'm down.
All right. And then lastly,
miscellaneous things. The dirt napping, no one signed up for. Well, no one signed up for anything.
Only Lexi.
Yeah, Lexi, scratch my back. Thank you.
It's ridiculous.
Thank you, Lexi S.
But you guys definitely can
Hope your
sign up
boyfriend
for
doesn't get
things
mad.
on here.
If he does kick you out, come live with me in Utopia.
Give me a pen. I gotta have a dirt nap.
They remade it because
Yeah, why wouldn't she?
feeding SPK.
I can have a pet.
Who wants to hand feed me Sour
I
Patch
signed
Kids?
up for it last time.
Yeah, I think you should do it again.
What's the?
Okay.
Amanda, can we have Lexi move in with Josh?
Yeah, can Lexi move in with me? Can we take a vote? Everybody in favor? Yeah.
I think there's an age.
All right.
Okay,
Yep, that's a
so-
yes. Two people raise their hand.
So lastly, we have the profit sharing.
Yeah, I was gonna tell everybody how much paycheck they get, but they're too tired, so.
No, I'm not too tired. No, I'm not too
I'm
tired.
falling asleep, so we'll just deal with it in the morning, so.
Wait,
Come
I'm
on.
not tired of hearing about money. Tell me about money.
Let's
What's
hear
money?
it. Josh.
I'm awake. Everyone wants to go to bed.
No,
Everyone's tired.
just your boyfriend. We're fine.
Are you
No,
interested
come
in
on,
that with
Dedeker.
him?
Mike, if you don't get your
Come
ass
on,
up
D.
and open. Swear to God.
I'm there in spirit.
That's why we're saving it for last.
I'm right here.
You're tricky, man.
I didn't get up.
We will steal your notebook.
Everybody get your ass at the table and sit the fuck down right now. I want to know I'm getting paid, all right?
Yeah, that's a
Flip
big
this thing.
deal. That's a big deal.
Go ahead.
Okay, guys, quiet, please.
Drum roll.
No, let's.
No, don't.
It's not that kind of situation, man.
Countdown, let's count down.
Okay, so taking into consideration the feedback people gave me this morning about the percentages, we decided to up the percentage of personal profit sharing to 25%.
Oh.
Okay. Another 25%, and this is all net. This is after stuff we've taken out of taxes. Okay. So after taxes, 25% of that will be given to personal profit sharing. 25% of that is going to go into savings. The remaining 50% is going to go towards spending and investing. So animals, infrastructure, stuff for the garden, food, and then anything else that we might want to use to invest in future business ventures. Okay? So what that means, this figure is taken after Red's portion has been taken out. Okay? So that means we get about $1,100 that's going to go towards, at least from this weekend, that goes into the pot for spending or investing. $570 are going to go into our savings, and so your guys' paycheck is about $38 each.
Oh my God.
So start saving for retirement. Now, okay, now with disbursement of it, we're still figuring out the debit card and the bank account situation. So you have an option. You can either get your $38, and it's some change. You can get your $38 in cash if you want. If you take it in cash, it is your responsibility. You have to keep it secure. Okay. If it is lost, we cannot help you. Once that cash is handed to you, it is yours. All right? Other option being, I'm going to create a document both on the computer and in physical hard copy form, basically keeping an account of how much everybody has. And so you can choose to keep your money in the safe, and we will have a document keeping track of how much you have. Basically almost like a bank account. Your bank, yeah. So you can do either or.
Who wants to gamble? Poker.
Is there anything I need to add to that?
Nope, that's perfect.
Okay.
And that's like active as of tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll say as of tomorrow morning.
Okay.
You can come to me. I can hand you your money and your cash, or probably tomorrow morning I'll start working on creating little.
Okay.
Did I forget anything?
Nope. So at Dedeker, she did a really good job putting those numbers together.
Good job.
Give Dedeker a hand
Yeah,
clap.
thankless job
She
that
was
nobody wants to
talking
do.
about money. Okay. Dun dun dun. Oh shit. Of the bills that we have to spend.
Yeah, we have about just from the weekly bills last week about $134 to keep into account.
So do we pay bills out of our personal money, or is that
Nope.
community?
No, it's community.
Oh my God, so I actually have $30-some?
You have $38.
What am I gonna do?
That being said, too, when it comes to the sleeping bags, is that gonna be personal money? Or?
That's gonna be communal.
It's-
That's kind of infrastructure.
If anything benefits the group, it's communal, yes.
I like it.
What if you had the foresight to bring a sleeping bag with you?
Then
you can
get
sell
$2.
Then you get bags.
You can shut up. What a sleeping bag.
So the art supplies are communal money too?
Yeah, we'll have an extra
Yes,
person
as
here
long as
anyway.
it's for
That's part of
everybody.
I'll need one
At some
for when
point, we'll
Lexi
have
moves
16
in.
people here, right?
Investment.
Like 17.
Yeah.
Okay,
She's gonna move in.
and we're done. So for tomorrow morning,
Exhausting.
Are the chickens in?
Yes.
Yes.
They put those in. They went in automatically, but we locked them
for
up.
tomorrow morning,
Cool.
we're going to go over responsibility.
I'm never giving you anything again.
Josh, because this goes for you. We're going to go over responsibility and who's ahead of what. And we're going to reevaluate who's doing what and who's the leadership in the area. Okay, so that's food for thought for tonight. Tomorrow we are going over sleep on it about leadership and different roles throughout
Can we transfer our leadership to somebody else?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I
And
really
also,
want to do that.
Bella,
Honestly, I just would rather be out there planting stuff.
If by noon we could get a budget, like specifically for the
Oh,
garden
I'll get it first
numbers
thing in the
by
Who do you
noon
want to give
tomorrow.
it to?
Yeah.
Huh?
Who do you want to give it to?
Nikki, she's doing a great job. Dedeker, whoever
Okay, we
wants
can
it.
talk about this later, but
No, sorry, I never signed up for that. So
Rob, you're in
it's
charge
not my
of
area.
construction.
Chris, you can have it.
So
I'll fucking be in charge of it. I never grew a thing in my whole life.
that's how I
Figure it
feel.
out.
I'll just consult
High five,
with somebody
Hex.
else be in charge of it.
get real.
Okay.
I'll figure that shit out. So we have EHOW now.
I saw that look you gave me.
That's right.
That shit eating green.
I'll learn it.
Rich!
Fishbowl.
Glad that we did that conversation earlier.
38.
38.
When I picked that acorn up and I said, you know what? I know Hex is gonna really love